Hey guys, welcome in. Welcome to another Magical Makeup with Christy on Christy's Corner. It's just me tonight, and I know I'm doing 2 streams in one night, but I said on my last stream, I'm sorry about the thunder, it's super stormy right here. I said on my last stream that I was going to do another look because it was very similar to the look I just did. So oh my gosh, it's so loud. So I did my videos and pictures while being a full gamer and cleaned off my face. And now we're just really going to get started. This one won't take long, just like the last one didn't take long. That's why I'm going live instead of recording, because I have been recording a lot lately. So I'm going to start off with a Grafto bind, and this is just gray, and I'm actually doing my entire face gray. So again, I'm going to put a little of this Garnier molecular cleansing water in here. Hi, Geeking Out with Melly Mel. How you doing? Yes, that is a lot of thunder going on right now, and I mean a lot. Okay, so the Grafto bind's being mixed with that molecular cleansing water by Garnier, and I'm just gonna do gray over my entire face. And that's why I'm using a big brush, because it will be a much quicker. Yeah, I mean, it just like started going crazy, storming and everything. It was fine, and then it went crazy. I'm pretty good. I've been doing a whole lot of makeup looks lately. I just got into like a groove where I want to just do a bunch of makeup looks, and I've not been going live with them. I've actually been recording them, so I probably have about 6 or 8 videos to edit, which is good too, because oh my gosh, that is so loud. I haven't been putting out very many videos lately, so it's good that I've decided to do some videos. They're all makeup videos though. Let me know if my connection goes crappy because of the storm, because there is a good chance that it will, if I'm not already frozen. So yeah, I'm just coating my face with this gray. I'll likely touch it up too, because it's not dark enough for me. Yeah. I should have used a sponge. That's what I should have used. Instead of this brush, it's all leaving some creases going on here. All right. So I'm using the Grafto Bind water-based Pro Paint. It's like they say it's a face paint, and I think it's face and body paint, so it's not necessarily eyeshadow. I know a lot of the stuff I use is eyeshadow and stuff. So this is technically a face paint, but it's not like wet, creamy. It doesn't like just, I mean, it comes off, it cleans off, but it doesn't like, you can touch your face and it won't just transmit over to your hand. I mean, it will while it's still damp, but in general, it won't. Like let it dry a minute and it won't just come off like crazy. So it's a face paint you could wear all day. I should tell a scary story. I don't have any scary stories that aren't dirty, because my dad used to tell us dirty, scary stories. And I mean, like, we were dirty. So I can't really say those. I could do one, and I should probably look it up, because it's, and like read it to you. Right. I mean, he did. He told those dirty stories, and I didn't even know what they meant. And I would repeat these dirty stories at like 10 years old, and my mom would be like, "Christina," because my name's Christina. Yeah. I will actually look up the one that I know that's not dirty, but it is like kind of graphic. Let's see. I know the gist of the scary story, but I didn't want to do it an injustice without just reading the whole story. So it's called The Ghost Lights Haunts Chapel Hill Railroad Tracks. So the story my dad told me when I was a kid for this one was saying that it was at the train tracks behind our house. So we lived right next to the train tracks, and he tried to keep us from going to the train tracks. So he would tell us this scary story, and it worked sort of. I mean, it scared the crap out of me, but didn't my brother. My brother would convince me to go to the train tracks with him. And then he would run off without me and leave me screaming and crying. I was trying to catch up with him. So yeah, what are older brothers for? Okay, his name was Skip. I think Agent. The legend, shared over several decades, claims the young man was hit and killed by a train while along the tracks of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. So my father would say that it was a lady, not a man. His story is just one variation of the tale behind the Chapel Hill ghost light, which is considered to be one of the state's most haunted legends. He inspired local resident John Rickman to compose the song Chapel Hill Ghost Light. Some of the lyrics are, many years ago along the railroad track one night, a man was walking home and held a lantern for his light. He never heard the whistle scream or the mighty engine pound. He never even knew it when the freight train ran him down. The engineer ran back in time to see the poor man die. But as he neared the tragic spot, a light rose in the sky. The lamp the man carried was never found that night. Now the old folks say above the track his lantern shines brightly, and still his lantern hang over the railroad, watching every freight train go by. There's a ghost light over the railroad shining in the Chapel Hill sky. So Skip was killed, and from that point on, the light was seen out here. Rickman told News 2. So News 2 is like a news station here in Tennessee. It goes across the tracks, sometimes swaying back and forth. Sometimes it comes up and sometimes it goes back. And you're looking for it, and then it falls over behind you some way. It goes behind you. Other stories behind the Chapel Hill ghost light include a headless single man or train brakeman wandering the tracks and using the light to guide his way. This is also a legend of a passenger who took the train daily and died along the tracks, leading him to haunt it. Regardless of the story behind it, several pictures have been taken along the tracks that allegedly show the light. Over the years, people have come from all over to spend the night there and even throw watch parties. The crowds sometimes would get so rowdy, and some even brought guns to shoot. Ooh, I shouldn't say that word. To shoot at the light to see if they could bring it down. Rickman said that there was one person killed from Bedford County out on the railroad tracks. He was so enamored by the light that it came out here and got too close to the tracks and got hit by the train. As the town of Chapel Hill was expanded in recent years, there have been fewer reported sightings of the light. However, earlier this year, Southern Living magazine named Chapel Hill one of the top haunted places in the country. So that's a story, and that was on WKRN News 2 website, which is a local news station here. That's how you know you're in trouble, when you get called by your full name by your parents. Yes, I didn't mention my middle name, but she always middle named me too. But yeah, so that was a scary story he would tell us, but he would say it was a lady, and we were literally right by the train tracks. We were the second. There was like a small field, dirt field, between us and then a house. So one other house was between us and the train tracks. And it was always so scary for me. The other story that he always told me involves a cat, and not appropriate by any means, like nowhere near appropriate. So we'll just leave that one. But yeah, telling a scary story on a thundery night. Oh, I did a collaboration a couple of years ago on here where I actually had a ghost story. Like everybody was supposed to do something kind of scary, so I did a ghost story, and that's the story I did. And it was so funny because I went to the train tracks close to my house, not the same ones because my mother had moved since then, but to the train tracks. And I had my sister record. Well, I set my camera up and recorded myself telling the story while my sister walked behind me, cloaked, carrying a lantern around. It was actually pretty creepy because all we had were my headlights focused on me so that I could tell the story. And then down below, my sister was walking around covered in black with a lantern holding it up so all you could see was a light moving around behind me. And it was pretty creepy. It's still posted if you want to check it out. It's definitely creepy. Oh, I moved after I finished with the Graptovine. I wanted to make it more pigmented, so I moved to the Blow and Smoke Color Pop, and I'm using this gray that's almost completely gone and broken to pieces because Color Pop makeup. This came broken, so all of it's been kind of crappy on this one. And they were supposed to replace it, but they never did. They're not very good customer service, but I will say that their palettes are cheap. Like super cheap, inexpensive. So if you're not concerned with, it's not very good quality, but I like to use it for stuff like this because I don't feel bad to pretty much waste a $6 palette on painting my face. It doesn't really bother me to waste a $6 palette on painting my face. So that's what I use, ColourPop. Yeah, check it out. I actually just read that. All I did was type in, I didn't even type in Chapel Hill. I typed in, I think I typed in Lantern Woman by the train tracks or something like that. And this Chapel Hill story popped up. And that's the one, my husband knows the same story from growing up. And I think it's because it's actually a legend in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill's kind of close to where I live because I live right outside of Nashville, and Chapel Hill's real close by. But I'm from East Tennessee, so we were in East Tennessee when my dad was telling me the story. So he didn't ever refer to Chapel Hill. He just told me a story like it was our train tracks. It scared the bejeebus out of me. And it's so funny. I can't even remember any of these ghost stories, but when I was in Girl Scouts and we'd go camping, we would always sit around the bonfire and tell ghost stories. And all of us would be like creeped the heck out. So it's kind of funny. I am almost done with this gray. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. Well, let's get this eye a bit better because I am gonna color that one. Not like put a cover over that one. All right. I look like a ghost now, right? Oh man, I just scratched my nose. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna have gray boogers tomorrow. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go to my Anastasia Beverly Hills paint pot, this little sucker, and my little wand. I'm gonna draw some designs on my face. I think I want to do some shading before I do that. Well, with the rest of the gray. So yes, let's do some shading because I want it shaded in certain areas. All right. Gotta have dimension. I'd rather do the shading before the designs, so I don't have to do the shading around the designs, and I can just draw the designs over the shading. I'll probably do a shimmery too. Right. Move to shimmer. Oh yeah. You like is the shimmer. And I'm back at the Blowing Smoke palette. I'm just using like a gray, darker gray, and then a shimmer gray on top of the darker gray. There. Man, it looks like I got hit by a train. And some gray contour. So it's just, no, it's not really ghostly. It's just like a unique look. It's gray, and I'm going to add a little blue in it. So I went live a little while ago and I did Captain America because I already had the colors out to do this. So I just figured I'd do both. But yeah, that. And I don't know if you saw my last gray look. It was like some gray, but also pride look. I really liked how my face looked with all the gray shimmer and stuff. So that's really why I wanted to do another look. Another gray look. I feel like it looks pretty cool. But this one shouldn't take too long. It's pretty simplistic, so it shouldn't take very long. I prefer like a lot of detail stuff, but because it's like challenging, but also if I can get away with something that doesn't take long, that still looks really cool, I'm good with that too. And this probably won't stain my face. Like the pinks and reds and purples always stain my face, but gray and blue doesn't. I think it's because it's got red in it. And red stains pretty good. Okay, so next thing, you know what? Since I'm still doing the powder, I'm actually going to go ahead and do my eye makeup on my eyes. I need my tape. Where's my tape? Here it is. All right. So I'm not sticking this to my face, for one, because it'll take the color off, but I am going to stick it to my fingers and hold it up right here to do my eyeshadow. This is how I get my hard crease lines. I don't know if you ever noticed that I kind of like have some hard crease lines when I do makeup, even regular makeup. This is how I do it. I cheat. I'm not a perfect line drawer, so I use tape, but I usually stick the tape to my face. But because I have the gray there, I'm not going to do that. And I'm still just using the Blow and Smoke palette. Like, I will use the Blow and Smoke ColourPop palette for all the black on my face tonight. The black and gray. And the white, because I'm using a little bit of white right now. Okay. I'm going to take the silver. Actually, I want to pack the silver on. Here we go. Good brush to pack it on. Packing it on just really makes it more shimmery. If I could like memorize some scary stories, that might be something cool to kind of do while I'm doing this. Right now. Here. All right, so since I'm already over here with this, I'm going to go ahead and do my liquid eyeliner just to kind of get it out of the way. For this eye. So this is Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid waterproof eyeliner. It says waterproof, but if my eyeliner is smudges really bad, so I don't know exactly how much waterproof it is. It's stuck to my finger. No, what's that? All right. And draw the line. Like that. So that side of my face is done for the eyeliner. And the other side to do. All right. So on the other side, oh, let me go ahead and do my brow since I'm here. And for my brow, I am going to brush in some black. All right. And again, I'm just using the black eyeshadow from the Blow and Smoke palette. And I'm just brushing it into my natural brow. I'd shape my brow, but that takes too long. I don't feel like doing it. And I feel like this will suffice. Okay, now let's go to the design. So, it's not anything special. I'm just going to kind of make some squiggly stuff all over my face and then color it in. that's not as creamy as it usually is. I think it's starting to dry out on me. I do use it a lot. And then this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Pod. Better. Don't want it to look weird. I mean, it's going to look weird anyway, but I don't want it to look too weird. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is take this blue brush. Ooh, and I don't think I brought a lighter blue, but I think I might have a lighter blue in my shadow palettes, which is fine. if that's the case. Yes. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to take my Graftovine again and add just a tiny bit of the cleanser into it, mix it up, and just fill this in. And I think you already know I'm not super concerned with coming out of the lines because those are self-made lines. I can always restructure the lines a little bit. All right. Now, I'm also going to go back in there with some purple. Same thing, Graftovine. Do a little dab of the liquid. Kind of mix it in. And then go in with some purple. Here. A little down here. It's really just to kind of get the base going because I'm going to use eyeshadow over all that. All right. So let's get to some shadowing. So I want to use some dark blues and some purples up through here. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This one's darker. Yeah, that's what I want. And then I'll put the shimmer over it. All right, so I'm using the Morphe James Charles palette right now, and just one of the dark purples. Now I'm going to move to the blue. Well, that one's let's go with this dark blue here. dark blue all through this eyelid. And then I want the purple right here. And I actually want to go as far to say is I think I want a little bit of black over here. Dimension, dimension. And again, the black is coming from my Blowing Smoke palette. And then in the corner right there, I think I want to do like a lighter blue. That's probably too light or like too vibrant anyway. I could probably tone it down a little bit. It's not too bad actually. I already toned it down some. Yeah, that's good. All right, now how about a light teal color over here that I want to look right here. Yeah, this is all shimmery. I want my purples to be shimmery too. It's in here. Yeah. All right. Cool. Shimmer purple. You're just gonna be shimmery all over. Like look like a little piece of metal. Like that. Blend that. That's good. Pink. Here with shimmer blue. That's purple. Go back down here then. All right. Now one. Yeah. Blend, 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 blend. All about the blending, all about the blending. At least I'm all about the blending. Okay, now I'm going to go up here and do this one. That's good. As for this one, oh, now the rain's coming. Here comes the rain, here comes the rain. So I'm still using like all the palettes I have 3 Morphe palettes sitting over here and that one Blow and Smoke ColourPop palette. And that's really it when it comes to the eyeshadows I have sitting over here. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my black eyeliner on the underside here. And on the underside here. And then I totally did that without tape. It looks halfway decent. There we go. All right. Now, I want to take a little blush. Let's use this one. And I'm going back into the black from the Blow and Smoke palette. I'm doing under my eyes here. Close that gap. Okay. I'm going to do the other side too. And then, where's my blending brush? I'm going to blend that out just a little bit. And I'm also going to come back over here and do this brow to match the other brow. Where did that? I don't know where it went. I'm just going to use this brush. I should have done it purple. It's too late now. But I do think I'm going to add some more black eyeshadow on this side. Kind of looks spacey. Space AG. Space AG. Is that a word? I don't think it's a word. We just made that up. Let's see. What else? Blend a little better down in here. And do I have? I've got this stuff all over my fingers right now. Like everywhere. Ah. Well, that's kind of cool. Bring in a little light right there. Guess I could do that on the other side. Yeah. 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 Okay, did I just get that on my, I totally got that on my ear. Oh. All right. Now I'm going to go back in with this and draw my lines again around where I messed up, or if you want to call it messing up, sure. Doesn't have to be messing up. Could just be, you know, whatever. And this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills cream pot. I feel like it's drying out on me, unfortunately. I've had it a while though, and I use it a lot. And one good thing from cream pots, if they're not creamy enough, you can always add a liquid to it. So there's that. And then this, I'm actually just going to smudge towards the inside. And I want to do the smudging soon because on my last look, there was some areas that didn't get good smudged because it was already dry. Okay. So yeah, once I'm finished with these lines, I'm just gonna smudge them in a little bit. And we'll be almost done. I miss Sami. Sami's not been on in a while. I think I'll just leave those. Okay. So my smudger. What did I use? I used this for smudging last time. Maybe. All right. So I'm just gonna like literally smudge inwards. This is an angled brush. My lips are so dry right now. Okay, so I want it more darker down here, so I'm going to add some more of this. There. I want to do the same up here. Here. That way, when I'm smudging it, darker. Those areas, more dimensional. In my opinion. Am I cutting out any from the storm? I hope we don't have any like tornado warnings or anything while I'm sitting here doing this. That wouldn't be good, now would it? All right, so yeah, I'm just taking a brush and smudging these lines. I should have done it sooner because some of this is already dry. It's not really smudging that well. And more dark up here. Yeah. That's good. That one's smudged better than the other. And I did it first. Maybe there's just more on it. Our harder smudged by our nose. Getting there, getting there. Yeah. What do we think? Kind of digging it? All right. Let's see. I feel like I want just a little bit more blue though. Like lighter blue. Like this turquoise shade of blue. Just a little bit more. Come like that. Now, also, I want my gray to be shimmerier. Maybe not. I don't know. But I do want to do some white outlines. So I use this like liquid, whatever. I got this on Amazon. I don't even know that they still make it. Sound like a herd of elephants coming down those stairs. Almost done. Oh, it's in my hair. In the hair. Now for the lips, and then I'll do eyelashes. So for my lips, I'm actually gonna do a little shading with a paint pot. Whoop. I need a big chunk of black. All right. So next I'm going to shade it in a little, like an ombre. All right. And I use the paint pot. So now I'm gonna do like a shimmer blue. It's not. Let's try this one. All right. Yeah, that's better. I'm using eyeshadow. And now I'm blending the lines a little bit. Blurring the lines. All right, now these brushes out because I'm gonna need lip gloss and then my lashes, and I should be done. I'm gonna need a new box. My box is falling apart. I use a shoebox to carry all my makeup in and out of the bedroom. I didn't even use the cups this time. Wait. Oh, yes. Yes. I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which doesn't really matter because I'm going to be putting lashes on. Okay, now let's see, lashes or lip gloss first? Let's go with lashes first, and then go to lip gloss. All right. Stick right on there. And your turn. Stay. Just want to stay. All right. Now, lip gloss. All right, so the lip gloss I have to apply very gently because I don't want to mess up my ombre. It's just clear lip gloss when I have an audio. That's all it is. I think it's good. What do you guys think? Does it look like it? Is it crazy? I like crazy. All right. I got a mess on my hands. I'm going to go wash my hands, take some pictures, have some fun with some videos. And this is my look. What do you guys think? You like it? Let me know. Thanks so much for being here and hanging out. Hope you guys have a good one. Bye now. That's all you get the end button.